We have 1.35 million deaths in India because of tobacco use. So tobacco has a huge cost on this nation. I'm not suggesting that we ban cigarettes. I mean, that never works. Prohibition never works. I know this government is sometimes very fond of banning things. I'm not suggesting we ban anything. And I'm not just, this is the topic which is beyond politics, which is tobacco usage. There is no partisan view in this. As Dr. Purandeshwari said, there are 6 million farmers who are cultivating tobacco. There are 20 million laborers who are working in these tobacco lands. No government has come up with any plan on how to migrate farmers from tobacco to other crops. What are we doing to reduce consumption of tobacco? We don't think of all that. While we say it is bad, we keep taxing it, we keep getting more revenue, but we never really address the problem. This bill is being brought to compensate the cessation of the compensatory cess on tobacco products. I understand the logic of why this bill is being brought, and I accept the logic which the finance minister has stated. The statement of objects and reasons clearly says the aim is to protect tax incidents and maintain revenue from tobacco after compensation cess is discontinued. So there is a logic on why this bill is being brought, and I accept that logic. When Dr. Purandeshwari spoke before me, she alluded to the problem. She actually did allude to the problem, but she did not come to the solution of the problem. The problem is, as she rightly said, we have 1.35 million deaths in India because of tobacco use. In fact, 27% of all cancer cases is because of tobacco. Young people, the age between 13 and 15, 8.5% of them use tobacco products. The economic loss for our country because of the use of tobacco is nearly 2 lakh crores annually. So tobacco has a huge cost on this nation. I'm not suggesting that we ban cigarettes. I mean, that never works. Prohibition never works. I know this government is sometimes very fond of banning things. I'm not suggesting we ban anything. Banning will never work. It only push things to the underground market, to the black market, and people who are addicted will somehow find a way to get it. In fact, there is a contrary thought when every time we see when these spurious liquor cases happen in India, why are people consuming spurious liquor? It's a little contrarian and might be even controversial what I say. It is because regular liquor is not affordable, they go and buy spurious liquor, which is cheaper. So by thinking that by increasing prices on sin products like tobacco products, you will actually lower consumption is wrong. What will happen is this will go into there'll be spurious manufacturers. People will find alternatives. I'm not suggesting you lower taxes, but I'm saying that by increasing taxes, if you think you're going to lower consumption, that doesn't work at all. In fact, we really need to think this very, very carefully, sir. While I understand the logic of this government of raising taxes, of compensatory taxes, and I'm not just, this is the topic which is beyond politics, which is tobacco usage. There is no partisan view in this. We as a society must really think about this. Successive governments have only used tobacco products to increase more revenue. But we have never addressed the problem which tobacco is causing. As Dr. Purandeshwari said, there are 6 million farmers who are cultivating tobacco. There are 20 million laborers who are working in these tobacco lands. And there are more than 35-40 million people who are involved in the industry. We are not thinking of how to move them to other sectors. No government has come up with any plan on how to migrate farmers from tobacco to other crops. What will people involved in the tobacco industry, can they be migrated to another industry? What are we doing to reduce consumption of tobacco? We don't think of all that. While we say it is bad, we keep taxing it, we keep getting more revenue, but we never really address the problem. And by raising taxes on it, if we think we're going to reduce consumption, that's also not going to happen. So I think its time has come for us. And successive governments have failed. I'm not ever only pointing at this government. No government has come up with anything holistic to stop or to reduce tobacco usage. What are we going to do to reduce usage of tobacco? How do we discourage people from using tobacco? That there is no blueprint. This government has no blueprint for it. There is no roadmap for it. except for saying that we will tax it and you are having these statutory warnings on these tobacco products. I don't think there has been any study which has said because of those graphic statutory warnings on tobacco products, actually tobacco usage has gone down. So the real problem here is how do we address tobacco usage, how do we reduce tobacco usage, and how do we migrate people who are involved in the tobacco industry into other sectors. And the finance minister must also tell us, by increasing this excise duty, if the prices go up, will it lead to counterfeiting? Will it lead to black market? Because there is something known as a Laffer curve in economics. If you keep on increasing taxes, compliance goes down. So is there a point where the finance minister believes that beyond this, if we increase, it will actually lead to more black marketeering? And what kind of, will it only lead to more avoidance of tax as opposed to revenue collection? While I understand the logic of the government to bring about this compensatory excise increase to offset the cess, they really need to come up, and particularly the government must come up with a holistic plan on how to reduce tobacco usage, how to migrate people who are working in the tobacco sector to other sectors. That is the real problem, and not merely tinkering on all these things and just increasing revenue. While I understand the logic of why this is being brought, but we should keep the big picture in mind. Thank you very much, sir.